About the school budget result. Apparently, we're on the verge of a teacher strike in one of the most affluent school districts in the state. Do you, and there was a dust-up yesterday over whether the union would picket outside the businesses of school board members. Do you think that's appropriate?
You know, this is what I know. You get more people served than you do with Banner. I really hope that South Burlington will find a way to settle this so they don't go to strike.
Do you know about this letter that Joel Cook wrote to Rich Cassidy, the chair of the board? Cassidy sort of interpreted it as a threat that there would be pickets outside his office. He's a labor lawyer, and therefore recused himself. Do you see that the way he does, that it was a threat by the union?
You know, I haven't really had time to catch up on that one, so I won't comment on something I don't know much about.
Can you give us your assessment of the legislature's work through the first half of the session?
You know, I think they've done a great job overall, really going after the challenges that we face to create jobs and to raise Vermonters' incomes. They're working hard on a healthcare system that we can afford. They're working hard on getting the broadband cell service bill that we need to ensure that we can deliver high-speed access by 2013. They're working hard on our efforts to make sure that Vermonters have opportunities to have access to early childhood education so that we're not spending so much in prisons at the rear end. And they're working hard on my budget. So I'm proud of the work they've done. My only disappointment so far has been the inability by the House Republicans to suspend the rules to get me a bill that would give a tax credit to our brave men and women who served us in Afghanistan and Iraq and get them back to work, facing 30% unemployment. I was going into the town meeting in St. Albans Town yesterday, and a woman turns to me and said, you know, my husband came back. He doesn't have a job. He wants to work. He's just sacrificed his life for his country. My family just went through a real difficult time not having him here. Why on earth can't those House Republicans get that bill to your desk? And I said, I'm sorry, I don't know what to tell you. So let's get that done.
Isn't that a kind of a cheap shot though? Like that if the bill had gotten to them a couple of days earlier, they wouldn't need to suspend rules. And that if they had suspended rules, the Senate would have had nanoseconds to consider.
The Speaker and President Pro Tem heeded my call to get that bill to my desk before town meeting. Every week that passes is another week that a veteran doesn't get back to work.
But they didn't get it in time to get it through without.
You know, we suspend the rules all the time in the legislature. If you believe that getting veterans back to work, if you believe that the people that sacrificed their lives for us deserve a job, you suspend the rules, you get the bill to the governor. It isn't that tough. And I just don't think we should be playing political games that no one outside of Montpelier understands with an issue as important as this. Listen, I'm the person who has to talk to the Gold Star families, the folks who didn't come back. I'm the person who's there to greet the men and women when they come home and they're reunited with their families. And I'm the person who has a responsibility to do everything we can to help them get a job when they come back. It doesn't make any sense to them that, you know, someone refused to suspend the rules for some reason that they can't understand. Get the bill to me, let's sign it, and let's get it done. Our veterans deserve that from us. You know, Michelle Obama and Jill Biden talked to us yesterday about their efforts to ensure that all of our military families have the support that they need when they come home. And I was listening to this extraordinary presentation of the work they're doing to take care of our veterans, to take care of our National Guard families. And I was thinking, God, I wish I could be here at the White House and had signed that bill.
Can you talk about what sort of campaign infrastructure you have going right now?
Campaign for what?
You tell us.
I have no campaign. I'm working hard to create jobs and raise the incomes of those those who have jobs.
So there's no paid staff working on that campaign right now?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Not that you're aware of?
I don't believe so. Is there any staff working on a campaign? I mean, I can tell you we'll be raising some money soon, and we'll have to pay folks to do that, but we're just in the infancy looking at that.
Have you raised any money since you were elected?
A little bit, yeah.
Where did that come from?
Anyone who would give it, but we haven't raised a lot of money. We've really been focusing on covering it.
So how do you raise money if you don't have anybody working on a campaign?
Well, we will be engaging, or we have engaged, I can't tell you which, someone to help us raise money just in case we run again. But what we're really focused on is governing. As you can see, I focus so little on this, I don't know whether we have someone on staff. My folks here can tell us.
Do you support switching over to a system of binding arbitration for teachers' unions, replacing the current system of strikes and imposed contracts to mirror the state employees' arrangement?
You know, I know that's come up in the legislature. I haven't really had a good opportunity to study it very closely, so let me do that before I give you an answer.
Do you think South Burlington teachers should strike?
Well, they have the right to strike. And all I can say is, I hope that both parties can work it out. You know, my prediction is they may well. I mean, the history of Vermont is that usually they go right to the precipice of strike, and then magically, in the sort of last 24 hours, they tend to work it out. Let's hope that happens again.
Have you heard anything about this dust up over the prayer at town meeting?
Missed that.
All right.
The ACLU is suing the town over a prayer at town meeting. As the Senate has prayers when it opens. Is that something that's no big deal, or?
I think that's a local control issue, you know. If yesterday proved anything, it's that local control is alive and well, and it works. School boards do not need the heavy hand of Montpelier to